Robin.
Hey, this supermoon was a bust, huh?
Oh, that was the dumbest thing.
What was supposed to happen?
I don't know. It was supposed to just be a big
Could you grab that
moon.
cord? Jimmy's poking a cord up. Grab that for him. Right, there you go.
I forgot about Jimmy's wire.
Jimmy's wire, yay! The supermoon. I was walking home from a party around 1 in the morning because we watched the UFC fights and all that down in Philly.
Yeah.
And then I was walking back to another house, and everyone's like, "Did you see the supermoon on the way home?" I'm like, "No, where the fuck was it? I couldn't even see the damn thing. I guess it was behind a house by the time I left or something." How big was it? Was it cool? Because I did want to see it.
It was, it just looked like a big moon. And then people that were taking pictures of it didn't understand it looks ridiculous without something to scale.
It looks like a regular moon?
They were just taking pictures, yeah.
You got to kind of have something.
Well, could you see the cape?
No, I didn't see the cape
for
the supermoon.
See nothing.
The big M on it.
Supermoon.
Able to circle the Earth again. And again.
Someone did tweet a picture of the supermoon next to the Lincoln Memorial. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
That was definitely a cool
Did that look
one.
good?
Yeah, I thought so.
Because, like, if you see it like that and shit,
it looks like a regular moon.
It looks good. No, that kind of looks good. People are just taking pictures of just the moon.
Isn't a harvest moon bigger than the supermoon?
Oh, I don't know.
Supermoon. I'll take the moon.
Just the regular moon. Is that another one? I don't even know.
Supermoon. I'll take the moon.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Supermoon.
Supermoon.
I'll take the moon.
Thanks. Were things supposed to happen with the supermoon?
I don't know. Everybody was talking the end of the world, maybe, or at least some electronic problems, tidal things. Nothing happened.
No.
People are gravely disappointed when the world doesn't blow up.
Just a
when
moon.
It's supposed to.
Yeah.
Didn't look any bigger to me than it usually looks.
Yeah,
No.
well, that's why I want to know what the fuck it was all about.
It looks stupid.
Yeah, big dopey moon. The moon is dumb.
Did it look orangey?
The moon is dumb.
The moon's an idiot. It really is. You can't even rotate right. Just half of it's always dark.
Yeah.
The moon is a fool. I'd just slap the moon.
Just give it a whack.
I would give the moon, if I landed on it, I would just slap it repeatedly.
Round faces in general are so slappable.
They're completely slappable.
Why is that?
I don't know, but they really are.
Why is that?
Because they look like there's no bad place for your face to hit, like your hands. Yeah,
right.
there's no jutting chin. It's just round and perfect and circular.
It just gives a nice slap sound, probably.
Yeah, good.
Is why.
A good
Not that clump thing when you hit like something that's not flat.
Yeah, a nice
Funk.
a good fucking slap to the moon.
All right, that's all we have on the supermoon. There we go. We covered that.
Yeah, there's
because
nothing going on
I don't
there.
know what we're supposed to say. I know I wanted to
Nothing.
check it out, and I couldn't find it in the sky.
The moon's a douchebag.
Yeah,
You have to admit the moon is a douche.
he's just a jerk. The moon's a jerk.
The moon really is a fucking jerk. Just listens to whatever the Earth says. Pussy.
I guess there's some radiation in the spinach and water over there in Japan.
Oh, me spinach.
Yeah, it seeped into some groundwater and the spinach and some other vegetables.
But spinach is so healthy for you, doesn't it just cancel each other out, the radiation?
Well, you would think.
Right?
Yeah.
I bet you it's still better than eating a sundae or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can you eat a little radiation?
Yeah. I think they're saying it's low levels.
There it is. That's the one I think.
It's a little higher.
Kind of cool.
Than it should be. Mm-hmm. But still low levels. I was looking at some chart yesterday of how much radiation we absorb from certain things. And, on a daily basis, or depending on what you're doing, you're getting some higher doses than they're getting in, like Tokyo, unless you're right by the nuclear power plant. But if you're just on the outskirts, you're not getting any more than you get. I was amazed by how much you get from just a trip from L.A. to New York.
Uh-oh.
You're getting a plane, and you fly cross country. You're getting a lot more radiation than you get from an X-ray.
Damn. Why didn't they ever tell us this before?
I don't know.
I would have worn my radiation
suit.
I would have went to the dentist and asked if I could borrow one of those big, heavy lead things.
Yeah, you want one of those? The big lead.
Why not? If it's more than an X-ray.
Like the dentist gives you?
Well, fuck, if they give you that for a dumb X-ray in the dentist's office, don't you think you should be flying with that?
Yeah.
On a plane, you get X-ray? Radiation?
Yeah, you get radiation
more than an
on a
X-ray,
plane.
Aunt's saying.
There's a certain amount of a certain type of radiation that you get just lying next to somebody. I'm not kidding you.
What? Wait, I'm sorry.
And from a banana.
I just ate a
The
banana.
potassium from a banana has some type of radiation to it. It's really odd, the different types of radiations and stuff. And then they had all these, and it was all in green, all these little boxes, and each box represented a certain amount of radiation and how much you absorb by doing certain activities. And it got bigger and bigger, and the box was just huge for this one thing, and it still wasn't that dangerous. So then they go to this blue box thing, and it says, okay, this one blue box equals everything in all the green boxes
Never
in the one
want
blue box.
Oh, boy.
But the one blue is like still even nothing.
Right.
But then the blue starts building up to big, big, big. And then that biggest one was the red boxes, and then one red box is everything from the blue box, which contains
everything
the
from
green box and all the blues. So it was kind of an interesting little chart on radiation. That's how I spend my weekends, looking at radiation charts.
Studying radiation charts.
Oh, you have to. Huh. And going through my go bag on the compound.
Which Charlie Sheen ripped off.
Charlie Sheen went and... Because I figured a lot of people were wondering what the go bag is and what's in mine and everything. So I was taking out, and everybody's laughing at me, calling me a lunatic and paranoid.
Did you put some silly stuff in there just for make the show a little better?
Well, you know what? The silly stuff is just what's really in there. Because people just think it's very silly. And they don't understand, you might need some of this stuff.
But where are you going? If the shit hits the fan, there's nowhere to go.
It all depends on what
You stay in
shit.
your compound.
You don't have a...
You've been building your compound for a moment like this.
Sometimes you can't stay in the house. You got to go. It's overtaken or
then
something.
Why don't you get a boat that you could have like buried in the sand or something?
Yeah?
Yeah. Because
grab Keith's boat.
Because you're never going to be able to get off Long Island with a car. You're going to need a boat. And if you don't have a boat already, they're going to be sold out of boats when the time comes. So you need like a boat in the woods. You know how it's all
really?
covered up?
Covered up?
And camouflaged?
Stashed?
Yes, and ready to go.
I don't know. I'm just thinking you don't know what kind of disaster it is yet.
Or get a helicopter.
Well, I would crash immediately because I have no clue how to fly a helicopter.
A one-man helicopter.
It's very hard to fly a helicopter, I hear.
Really? Yeah, it seems like it would be.
Yeah. But I don't know. It all depends on what the disaster is. You could have a disaster where you can just walk right the fuck out and no one's trying to kill you or anything. It's just dangerous to be in a certain area. You got to get out of there. Is it localized? Is it very widespread? Mm-hmm. Where is it? Where are you going? It's depending on how dangerous different places are. So you can't pick a definite place. You just need certain things to make it so you can survive for a certain amount of days.
Why don't you start building a bunker?
No, I don't like a bunker in the house because then
that'd be cool. Take out one of your walls down in the basement and just start burrowing.
Just start digging,
and then make walls as you go
underneath. Like
how cool?
We'll
would
go
that
underneath
be?
The whole neighborhood.
Why not? You think people do that?
Just bump into their basements.
You think people actually do that?
I don't know. That would be. I don't doubt that people have like chiseled out a part of their foundation and just burrowed under.
Then just start burrowing
and reinforced it with concrete and steel and and not told anybody, because I bet you can't get a building permit for that.
Nichole's walking down the hall from the Morning Mashup. She kind of ruined our show Friday, our great show with Penn Jillette and Joe Rogan.
I don't think she ruined it.
She ruined it.
There was no way of ruining that show.
She completely ruined our show with her.
She interrupted
her big announcement.
I heard the bitch got married.
Yo! Oh, she's coming in really fast.
Okay. What the hell is?
Why aren't you as excited as you were Friday when you were ruining our radio show?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
We thought this is what I thought.
Wow,
that's why I'm bringing you in. Is it a big rock?
Oh, it's horrendous. Yeah.
Let me see the rock. What does he do for a living?
He's a sales guy. I told you.
Oh, sales is good.
What does he sell?
When you were jumping
technology.
up, when you were jumping up and down outside our studio,
I was holding my hand because I wanted to show you.
But I thought,
Girls
I'm like,
do that.
wow, she's really into Chuck Liddell, Joe Rogan, or Penn Jillette, and she really wants to meet one of those guys.
Like, I'm engaged.
So that's why I called you in here, because I'm like, she's losing her mind over one of these guys in studio, and then it turns out she wanted to announce that she was engaged, and then your guy wasn't as excited though.
Oh,
He was still shaking. I mean,
was he?
he's never been on the radio before, and he just did it in front of like.
And he did it.
people.
He did the proposal. How was it? Was it a?
Yeah, there's audio. You can hear how.
Oh, it's a decent
how-
proposal.
It was. He sounds very nervous.
Nervous?
And, yeah.
Can
but
we
you
know?
You can go to moremaster.com.
You had to know.
I had no idea they'd be blindfolded because we were pretending we were going to play a game. We were taste testing something. So.
Oh, God, how tempting.
I was waiting, actually. I was waiting for ketchup to be put in my mouth. And then,
ketchup. Who's he?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Wow, that's something.
You can play it.
Can we get the audio?
Yeah, go to moremaster.com. It's literally like it'll say.
Yeah, but is it a long 20-minute piece?
If you go like to like halfway through, it's like.
And then how long from there?
It's not long.
Give it to Sam. Sam will cut it up.
I'll tell Sam to cut it up for you.
And then we'll give you a big plug.
When's the date?
Let's just.
Oh, okay. You're not one of those when you get the ring, make a date.
You're just happy that he finally popped the question?
Yes.
How long are you dating this guy?
2.5 years.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of know each other. Are you living in sin, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For some time now.
That's good.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that living apart until the wedding night.
No.
And it's like, oh, those divorces happen in like a week. Where it's like, oh wow, really? You do that? Oh, jeez.
Yeah, we've already done it. It's all over with.
Well, you got to stick your wiener in first.
You do.
You have to.
You got to know what that's
You got to
like.
test drive your wiener.
You got to test drive it and make sure that you're compatible.
Make sure the girls are satisfied, the guys satisfied, everything's good.
I was pretty happy with the test drive. So
good,
that's good. Very good.
So
Well, congratulations! I haven't
Thank
seen
you.
it. That's great.
Yeah, I'm like, why is she losing her mind over Chuck Liddell?
I know.
Or
Look, she's
Penn
jumping
Jillette.
around. That thing sure glistens.
Yeah.
Did you give him
no
a little?
mistake
Did
in
you
that.
give him a little extra over the weekend? Because you know.
Joking?
Oh boy.
Okay.
That ring will always do it.
Are you joking? She said.
That ring will
You think
always
she
do
gave
it.
up the.
The balloon knot? I don't know.
That part.
You got the turd cutter? Come on.
Truthfully.
Did he give up where the
turd
poo comes
cutter.
out?
Yeah, exactly. Did the fudge factory get fucking plugged up?
Oh God.
That's how you ask.
The turd cutter. That is the most disgusting thing.
Why?
I heard Otto say that. He's the guy I got that from Turd
Yeah.
Cutter. I don't know where he got it from or if he made it up, but it's very
I
funny.
think he stole it from Jay Moore.
Oh, probably.
Jay Moore's.
Jay Boaz.
All right, what else is going on? No supermoon that matters.
No, that didn't matter.
Operation Odyssey Dawn. Yeah, that's a weird name for that fucking thing, huh?
Yeah, where did that come from? That sounds like some kind of
A Spinal Tap song?
I don't think. Yeah, it's good.
Operation Odyssey Dawn? I don't know where that came from. What does that mean?
I don't know. It doesn't.
What does Odyssey mean?
Odyssey
What does Odyssey
Dawn.
really mean?
It's a kind of an odyssey.
Operation,
a
we
journey,
know.
a journey, probably the unknown.
Very vague.
Kind of an odyssey. It's
Yeah,
an experience, a life experience.
We get Operation and we get Dawn because they did decide to do it kind of in the middle of the night, right? As the sun was sort of coming up,
Is
right?
that it?
I would assume that's what Dawn is, at least.
It looked pretty dark when those cruise missiles were going.
And then the Odyssey part, I don't really understand that.
Maybe it's like the dawn of their Odyssey, their newest Odyssey of
But Odyssey is a very
life
vague
without
word.
Gaddafi,
right?
And the Libyan people's Odyssey. Where will it take them? And it's like the dawn of their new journey.
Yuck.
I'm just making this shit up, but it kind of makes sense even as I'm saying it.
Yeah, we're getting lame with our operation names.
Our operation?
We
You
used to
don't
have
like
some-
our operation names?
Nah, we used to have some good ones. This one confused a lot of people. Operation Odyssey Dawn.
By
the way, speaking of this real fast before you move on.
I bet we didn't make it up. I bet that was like a coalition agreed thing.
Fuck, I lost it.
Uh-oh.
Michael Moore had a nice tweet. Talking about the cost of the Tomahawk missiles and how many teachers each missile could.
Right. He's such an idiot. I mean, I
pay.
understand what he's
pay.
trying to talk about, but, it's like you can't compare one thing with another. If we completely decimate the military, we could probably feed every starving person, send everyone to school,
Here it is.
and we'll be conquered in a fucking month.
We fired over 100 Tomahawk missiles into Libya this weekend at over $600,000 to $1 million a missile. Each missile would pay for 12 to 20 teachers in the U.S.
So we should launch teachers, is he saying? That's not effective. That's silly.
I actually agree with him on that. Not necessarily with the teachers, but because it's not our problem, and we're wasting so much money in Iraq, it just annoys me that we're wasting money on Gaddafi.
I agree with that, too, as far as getting involved. I don't like the Libyan people. I could give a flying fuck if Gaddafi kills them all. Doesn't matter to me. But to compare the two is really silly. I mean, they made them already. You know how many jobs are
They made
made?
them already?
You know how many jobs are made because cruise missiles have to be built? So it all comes out in the wash, as they say. And what? So more teachers can do nothing and teach people that don't want to be taught? And that's why our education level is so far below a lot of other leaders in the world?
You think
Please.
You think we wanted to be taught when we were growing up?
Kick these fuckers out.
You don't.
What?
We didn't want to be taught growing up either.
Yeah, but you know what? Test scores were a little better.
They made it harder for us to, not to just fucking not to go to school. Who wants to be taught when you're young? No one wants to be taught.
No one, but there was a certain discipline and a certain just way of teaching that didn't include political correctness and revisionist history and fucking you can't do certain things or else you lose your job. I'm not talking about whacking a kid across the face with a cock, fucking cock. I'm just saying we put ourselves in this position where the educational system here in this country blows by just handcuffing everybody. You can't even talk back badly to a student. You can't challenge a student's thoughts on politics or morality or anything. Just make them think, because they go home, tell their parents, and their parents go, they were saying things in school that were so upsetting and talking about homosexuals. And it just becomes this big thing where no one wants to take chances. No one wants to let people really expand their minds in school. Fuck them.
I wish I was.
Fuck the teachers. Fuck their unions. Fuck everybody that's got their hands tied behind their back and won't say a word. Everyone's just such a pussy in this country now. We're all pussies.
I wish I was smarter, because then I would homeschool my kid.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You don't want to do like the Westboro Church?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Brewer homeschools his kids. I wish I was.
Does he really?
Yes.
But he doesn't do it, does he?
I think so. I think
What
him
does
and
he
his
get,
wife
like-
are homeschooling their kids.
Or does he get like a
And
teacher or something?
And I wish I was smarter, because I think I would do that, so he wouldn't have to deal with all that PC crap.
Brewer has
I
homeschooled
so
his
wish
kids?
I was smart. Can I get smarter between now and at the time the kid turns, I don't know, 8, let's say?
No, I think you're pretty set in your ways.
I think so too. Fuck.
But
I
isn't
wouldn't do that.
There's an advantage to school too, with a social advantage. There really is a social advantage to doing what the other kids are doing, and
Probably used to be.
I don't know.
I don't even see that anymore.
I'll get him in sports.
Yeah, you're gonna throw him in some sports.
Yeah, it horrifies me, because I mean, my sister and my brother's kids are older, and I see what they go through. I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to do this with my kid.
Yeah.
School systems have really drastically changed.
send them private.
Private school? Who's got the money for that?
Definitely send them private.
You know that kid's going to private school.
Yeah, you have to. You can afford it.
school?
Private schools are better if you can
he's going
afford
to
them.
private school.
I never went to one, but if I had a kid and I could afford it, I would.
Yeah, you'd have to. Come on.
Who knows? Who knows what is right?
Come back.
Does his ring make you plump his ballpark? What does that mean?
Oh, the ballpark Frank?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's a...
And I would give you a Twitter plug, but another person has the worst Twitter name, so it makes it impossible to fucking plug your
I don't know
Twitter.
why people do that.
Why would you come up with the easiest one?
Yeah, you're just making it very difficult.
Ready? J. Lehane 3. Good luck finding that.
Have fun.
Have fun. And I'm not going to spell Twitter names. All right, let's say hi to Amanda in Ontario. Who spelled Ontario Ontereo today? Because that's just terrific. Did he really spell Ontario Ontereo? Why?
Who did?
Troy.
Troy's not the smartest guy when it
Troy
comes to
can't spell,
spelling.
Sam?
Hell no.
The spelling thing
No
is
way.
very, very...
All right, Amanda, what's up?
Troy.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
Hello.
I was listening to you guys talk about the radiation,
Yes, you
and
were.
I live in a small region where they built 2 power plants extremely close to each other, and one of them had a small leak in the water stream last week, and after this whole thing in Japan, people were just losing it, going to doctor's offices, grabbing iodine pills, like, it was just insane.
Really?
Yeah, it was actually hilarious to see the...
Hilarious to see people panicking that they might be irradiated.
Well,
That's
it was
hilarious.
such a small small leak, and then, you hear this big Japan thing, so everybody just goes nuts.
Yeah.
Same thing's going to happen to them.
I hear you.
It's funny to see people go into panic over something so ridiculous.
Well, you could understand their fear, can't you?
Well, radiation is
for sure.
Radiation's
For sure,
a hot topic right now.
Yes.
Very hot topic.
Exactly. And I'm sure if it had happened like 3 months ago before this whole Japan thing came up, there wouldn't be as big of a stir. But then you hear, Japan radiation, how much destruction it's done, and people just hit all chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People get very scared of radiation because you can't see it coming. No. That's the worst thing. It's like you're just kind of,
Do you feel it, though, when it hits you?
No. You feel it afterwards.
How long afterwards?
It all depends on how much you got, what kind it is. You can feel it within hours. You start feeling nauseous and puking. And
what if you're close to Fukushima?
Fukushima type radiation, I think.
Let's say you're let's say you're 10 miles away.
10 miles out.
So you get a nice sweep of radiation that hits you right on the head. When do you start?
Right on the head.
When do you start feeling it?
I don't think you're going to feel that for a while. You might feel the ill effects from it in the form of like cancers, though.
But do you don't get nauseous or any of that?
No, I don't think being 10 miles from Fukushima right now would give you that immediate radiation poisoning kind of a thing. Like I think the workers there, they're probably vomiting and clumps of hair falling out and shit like that.
Would your pee glow?
No, I don't think your urine starts any illumination in the toilet.
That would be at least cool.
At least you'd be able to look and say, okay,
rock.
I've been irradiated.
But at least this is kind of cool.
Yeah. I think you'd start seeing, though, I think in the coming years, you might see more birth defects and some certain types of radiation-induced cancers. Yeah. Fluid. Some fluids.
Fluids. There's going to be radiation will begin to cells will develop in a cluster around the area.
I never want to hear you have a cluster of anything.
Cluster.
Tumor will begin to and it gets harder as you squeeze it, and you can't really do much about it. But that's radiation. You got to drink milk. And you take the dye, and it shows.
It shows up there in your fluid, your urine.
Yeah, what you have to do, we have to get a biopsy, and I'm actually having this conversation alone in my car. I'm just talking to the steering wheel.
Hoping they call me.
Yeah.
Do you think he just drives around to his fast food joints and fucking hopes we call?
Here's what Steve does. He has his hand over the answer button on his phone, and he just talks, and when we pick it up, he'll already be in a good stream. No, I was just thinking the fluid and the build-up and all the things. No, you guys want to have fun with it, but,
As he continues to clog his own arteries with his fast food meals.
Obama really is taking a tour of Brazil with his fucking family.
Oh, yeah.
That's why my joke about the fucking Christ thing.
Of course he is.
Because his kids are on spring break, and that's where they wanted to go.
Of course he is.
You got to talk to a teacher, and you've now pissed off the teachers.
Ooh. I know I did.
You're really
not making any friends.
Is your goal to piss off as many people as possible today?
Yeah, that could be.
Let's say hi to Josh, the teacher in Baltimore.
Yeah. Hey, first of all, Anthony, love you, but
yeah.
I teach. You guys from Long Island, so I teach at like a BOCES type school.
BOCES. That used to mean retarded school, but I know it's not really.
No. But my kids don't talk. They're in wheelchairs. They're in diapers. They're dependent on human care for the rest of their life.
So what the fuck are you teaching them?
Well, that's the thing. I should be teaching them how to be as independent as possible, but the government has me do these cockamamie tests that I have to show how they can understand physics, science, and everything, and they judge me on that. If they don't get that, instead of maybe learning to tell me when they have to take a shit, then I look bad.
Yeah, but that's just it. See, the teachers' union is very gung-ho on getting more money, negotiating contracts and shit. But you know what? There's got to be a point where maybe the teachers and the union step in and go, we have to do this. We have to be able to talk and teach, not just about the cash. It always seems like, even with you guys, it just comes down to the cash, and I can understand that. But then you get all upset when teachers are flying out the door, getting fired because they were a little unorthodox with their teaching methods. or they didn't treat one youngster with respect that he was due culturally, perhaps. That's bullshit. God damn.
I also don't like tenure. I think tenure just breeds laziness. And am I wrong about that? I can't see where you can't be fired or whatever. What the fuck is that?
Yeah. That's another thing. You can't be fired. Stop. Who's best? That's in whose best interest, really? Come on.
You can be fired.
Oh, what is tenure?
Oh, you go to the rubber room.
What a dope I am.
We all know about the rubber room, sir. You get paid, you go to the rubber room, you sit there and fucking collect pay, and it's very hard to fire a teacher unless he's fucking the children.
There was a teacher in my school 2 years ago who got fired.
Oh, yeah?
What do you do during the summer?
What do I do during the summer?
It seems like the greatest job ever. You
it
get
really
every
does.
summer off. Oh my God.
It's like being a kid.
That's wonderful.
I took the last 2 summers off, but I got a baby on the way, so I got to work this summer.
What are you going to do?
What am I? I'm going to teach summer school.
Oh, yeah. I want to know about the teachers that can't get the cool job in the ssummer, so they're like doing some lame ass like temp
shit job, temp jobs.
Right.
That would suck.
All right, Josh, you're a bore. I'm moving on. Thank you, sir. Hey, you want to hear Nichole getting engaged?
I do, actually.
You do?
Let's hear what that's all about.
All right. So Nichole from the Morning Mashup. Very excited on Friday. Extremely excited. This is how it went down on the Morning Mashup. What channel is that? 1?
I don't know.
Channel 1?
I think it's 1. Hits 1, right?
That's got a rule being on Channel 1.
That stinks. You ever seen New York 1? It's terrible.
That's true. You do kind of bypass that.
Oh, it's horrendous. Every time you turn it on, it's some boring panel discussion. One black guy and a white. I don't know. Sounds to me like partisan politics as usual. Well, we have to learn to work through these things because the governor said, "Shut the fuck up."
That is boring.
You're so right.
That's fucking boring.
Are you kidding? You know how many people don't switch their cable company because of New York 1?
New York 1. That's like News 12.
That's a reason to pay so much money for shit you don't need.
Do you know what?
Yes.
I just realized that I have FiOS now. I haven't seen that fucking shit.
You know,
Isn't it
you have the
great?
FiOS equivalent of that.
By the way, I was going on.
I don't want FiOS.
Oh, it rules.
I love resetting my my internet every day.
Dude, FiOS.
Where I have to get up on a rickety chair way up high, risking fucking paralyzing myself just to get my internet back on. I love doing that every day.
That's your internet, right, Ope?
I love doing that every day.
My internet, I realize I have a slight problem because I download things so fast that my hard drive can't actually write the data.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
As it's coming in.
Isn't that great?
So I think I have to get some new hard
It's
drives.
fucking great.
Are you liking it?
Yes, the guy. Like I don't know how to use the remote control on the phone, but I did program the DVR on the phone.
Yeah.
So of course I'm going to record because we have Brock coming in. I'm doing the Ultimate Fighter the entire season.
Oh shit!
Right from the phone, you can fucking go on.
Isn't that
it,
great?
Delete shit from your DVR. You can see how big how much space you have in your DVR left.
I don't want to do that.
It's fucking cable.
And isn't
stinks.
the guide very intuitive? Like I like the guide. It's just little boxes. You move it over. They're color coded for sports and.
The only thing I don't like when you're on the guide, you can search. Like you have the whole guide up. Like say you want to go to channel 595.
Yeah.
You just punch in 595 and it tells you what's going to be on. But on the HD, if you're looking only through HD, you can't do that kind of search.
Oh, okay. Have you set up your favorites yet, though? Because you got 2 banks of favorites.
Yeah, man.
So you just get the channels that you keep going to. You put them in your favorites, and now you just go to favorites and scroll through those.
Bing, boom, boom, bing, favorite.
Boom, dude, you're looking through your favorites. You're hanging out.
Dude, you want this one? Boom, you go to that channel.
Boom.
I'll tell you something I like about that remote app, too, because a lot of times I'll just forget where the remote is and I'll leave it across the room.
Yeah.
But I always have my phone handy.
You always got your phone.
So it's just like, oh, well, now I don't even have to get up to get the remote. I'll just go on my phone and be like, boop, now I got a remote to find something on TV.
Phone is everything.
It's the best.
Your phone is everything. Of course, I turned my iPhone into an N phone over the weekend.
Wow. Oh, yeah.
Wait.
Whoopsie. Yeah.
What happened?
It's cracked pretty good.
What happened to that one?
Well,
You're breaking a lot of phones.
it was either the phone or the glass of Shiraz in my hand. I had to make a quick decision which one to drop.
Oh.
And I figured I could always go to Apple and get the new glass put on the top of the phone.
There you go.
But I was wearing very nice clothes, TV clothes, and I didn't want to drop my wine.
Wait, can you get glass put on your phone? You got to get a new one.
Oh, no, I could go back in. They'll just replace the glass top. It's
How
like
long
nothing.
does it take?
It depends on who you know. This will be very quick.
This is a guy that wants to explain tenure to you. Andy.
Thank you. And me, I didn't know it.
10-year-olds?
Tenure, Jim. What do you got on tenure?
What's up, boys? First of all, Ant, good showing to mine with the Shiraz. I like that.
Thank you, sir.
Second, tenure is kind of just like unions, where it's one of those things where the concept is kind of awesome, but they just fucking look like shit. The idea of tenure, especially in academia, is that, like, you're supposed to have a free exchange of ideas. So tenure allows teachers to have maybe conflicting ideas with the boss, and they can't get fired over it. So it's like one of those things where in concept it's kind of awesome, but you're right, it just breeds laziness and assholes, and, you know.
Yeah, all those things were such great ideas until you realize, oh, God, they fucked it up by, just taking advantage of it and twisting it into something else. Sorry.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Punching out, boys.
And
thank you, sir.
The thing, what different ideas are older academia pushing? What you really? They're not. You mean they're not pushing fucking completely liberal ideology forth?
Yeah.
I'm so bored of myself saying liberal, but
it is.
But they really do. There's no other way to phrase it.
Right. All right, this is what we're going to do. When we get back, we got the audio of Nichole from the Morning Mashup getting engaged on her show.
Yeah.
We'll do that and some other things, okay?
Right.
Right.
Rob it.